Well, hello and welcome to our colleagues all around the world. I'm so excited to be visiting Los Angeles. We've got a school tour happening here in Los Angeles, and we're welcoming Miss Vicky Forsman, who's the co-founder of Realm Learning.
Hi, welcome. I'm so glad to do this. We're in Santa Monica, California. We're having a very drizzly day today, so all of our kids are inside having lunch right now. We're going to start in probably the busiest, loudest part of the center at the moment. Blake, one of my students, is helping me with the video, and I'm just going to have him show you the kids eating downstairs as I start this tour.
Well, great. Oh, looks like a busy, active, lovely space.
And then come this way. So that's the time they said. Into the walls. Over here, we have our group that's called Roots and Branches. And that's our 4 to 7 year olds. They're learning about the Olympics right now and having some indoor lunch too. Krista, one of our amazing teachers, should be in the Olympics. Here we go.
Well, that's a perfect time because the Winter Olympics are happening in Milan as well, and I'm sure the kids don't get to do so many winter sports in Santa Monica.
Yeah, that's right. We're learning about it now. Over here is my delightful business partner, Jesse, whose son is raising money to go to Alaska by selling tacos on Tuesdays. Thursdays. And so
Class right now, though, so mom is stepping in.
so in a moment, she'll have a mad rush of students buying tacos, and all the money goes towards her son's excursion trip.
Oh, that's so great.
Follow me down into the other class. This is another class. It's called History Through 100 Objects. And so Orly, our teacher, is teaching students all about different history all over the world, based on certain objects that have been found in history.
Interesting.
In here is Hayden Harrower, and he's one of our administrators, and he's the head of our high school program that we started this past year. And I'll give him a minute to tell us a little bit about that program.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop in this quiet space so you guys could hear me. Our high school program is all centered around meaning. What is most meaningful to teens right where they're at? So we teach classes like financial literacy. We teach classes like news and information literacy. We're doing classes on how we can do physical health and how our body works and making them into transferable skills. And we also have classes on writing, but not just writing in the traditional conventional sense, but finding your voice and falling in love with the process of writing. We ask our kids every semester what the kinds of things that they actually want to learn, and then we go from there and we make a dynamic schedule every single semester that kind of meets them where they're at. What we're most proud of is our Quest for Deeper Meaning class. It's a 2-hour seminar twice a week on how do we apply everything we're learning from our conventional biology classes to these media literacy classes and condense them into what does this actually mean for me? This semester, we're focusing on the self. So how does all this education actually relate to me as myself, as a 15-year-old? And how do I make sense of that? And how does that actually help me move forward with my life and get kids centered from that place? So our high school is an extension of the wonderful program that Jesse and Vicky have made. And we're just trying to continue that on with that sort of the teenage developmental stage of now processing that and answering the question of why should I care about this? Why does this matter to me?
Yeah. Awesome. And while we're in a quiet place, I'll give you a little bit more context to the realm too. So what we do is we have a program that speaks or serves kids who are about 4.5 through high school. And what we do is we customize learning for each student. We try to meet each human and decide where are they developmentally as a math student, as a reader, as a writer. What are their curiosities? What are their passions? What do they need in order to be their best self as a student? And then customize a schedule for them. A lot of the kids who come here they all have different schedules. Some show up for one class a week or one tutoring session or one music lesson. Some kids are here full time. Some kids are here just a few classes or a couple days. Every family gets to customize the schedule based on what their needs are. This often supports a lot of the charter schools, homeschool students, and kids who want to accessorize their traditional education. We also try to do as many things that are out in the world as possible and connected to our community. We have a great group of teachers who we have brought in over the years to serve students. And when we meet each teacher, each one brings in their own special skills and passions. So the core group cover a lot of the core skills, but within each teacher are lots of passions and skills. For instance, we have a great science teacher who's also a marine biologist, who's also a ceramicist, who's also an artist, who's also a yoga teacher, because that's more of the full picture of who she is. We have other teachers who are theater and photography and writing and science teachers, and they're able to really teach within the passions that they have. Each semester, teachers are able to suggest and offer the types of classes that they're interested in, that they think the students will be interested in. Also, so as we're walking around the space, Blake and I will be showing you classrooms and teachers who are working and hearing about like some of the great things that those teachers are rooted into and offering to students. Yeah, let's go. Let's keep looking around. Here we go.
Thank you. I love that. I think it's so important for students to see holistically adults as we are, right?
Yeah.
To learn from them and the many skills and things that you take and you continue learning, right? It's such a great role model, lifelong learners and to show that.
You know, when Jesse and I started this 15 years ago, she was pregnant. She has two boys. I have a son. And we were just like, we're going to create education the way that we want it to be for our kids. And we want kids to have choice. We want kids to have not to have a floor or a ceiling to what they're allowed to learn.
Yep.
And we want them to this to be a time where they're able to dabble and explore as many things as possible so that they leave with some understanding of like what's interesting to them, what kind of teachers work for them the best way. Trying on as many, like I wanted a buffet of options.
Yes.
So within our teachers, we have offerings. But the other thing that's really important about the realm is that in a place like Los Angeles, but in probably all towns, there are people that are around us that have skills, information, and the ability to teach us all things that are important. So whether it's we partner with a lot of organizations that are around us to bring in things that we don't have skilled teachers in. For example, coding, robotics, code writing and things like that. We bring in one of our local business partners, coaches, we bring in language people, we bring in language programs that are in the area so that during the day they can be also a lot of these businesses serve the after school population so they can come in and do things during the day in our center too. And then we take kids out in the world. We have hikers clubs that go out every week. We have city explorers. And then we have classes that are quest that go out and are teaching different concepts and looking for experts in those fields to learn from. So as much as we can get out of the classroom to learn, that's our intention. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, that's so great. You're so embedded in the community. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun because we're constantly having to, as we research a new subject, we have to reach out and try to meet new people that can give us information and guidance. You know, so we did one quest where we were learning all about the art of consumption. So we took kids to the Hyperion Water Treatment Center to see what happens when everybody flushes the toilet. How is the city piped underneath? We had all kinds of conservation organizations come in and speak to the kids. We, watched films about what happens to the things that we consume. Just trying to use all different kinds of resources to teach them.
Wonderful.
Yeah, now I'm going to take you into Joe's room, and he's teaching often a lot of our math program. He's also a really dynamic game maker. He makes games about the periodic table, history, math games. He also does incredible courses in mental math, really like having kids put pen and paper down and really how to break down complex equations in patterns and sequences that they can remember. This is Joe. We'll take a quick look.
Tell me.
Right. Well, the negative 4-6p and the positive 4-6p just cancel out. that leaves me with my 1/6b. Right, that's what I've got there.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Now, if I combine these two,
He's in action.
Oh, he looks like he's so excited to be talking about his mathematical concepts.
You know what? He's so good. He really is. He's one of the smartest people I know, that's for sure. Hey, we're in our hallway, which this building is like a labyrinth. And I would love for Blake to show you some of the great work that the kids have done. This is just one of the places that we have some of their work displayed from their classes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Here's some art, beautiful art that they made in Art of Diversity. Yeah. How's Blake
Wow.
doing behind the camera?
Good.
Well, you're doing a great job filming, so thanks so much.
Thanks.
Oh, Blake, I appreciate you.
I can't see what I'm filming, so if it's a bad angle, sorry.
It's a perfect
I
angle.
love. You know what? I'm so grateful that he said yes because he's always doing film projects, and this is definitely one of his passions. I think one day you'll see Blake's work. You and I will both. I'm walking us right now into another classroom. We have a teacher, Kimber, who I've worked with for many years, and she is an extraordinary teacher who teaches a lot through art and through projects and through process. She has a lot of different skills, but typically at the end of each semester, she'll have decorated every kid's house. So if we can just connect with Kimber for a second, you can find Kimber, do you mind just
a little dusty? Right now, I'm actually cutting plaster strips because in my ancient Egyptian class, we're making panoptic jars out of Kringle. So I'm a
Cool.
huge advocate of recycling everything, from broken glass over here, where we're working on some mosaics, to on the other side of the room, we have a Gothic steampunk project where they're taking broken jewelry.
want to go look over there?
There's a plethora of projects. This is a very organized, creative chaos going on.
Oh,
That's mine.
wow.
Oh, wait,
Very
that's
cool.
Wait, what? Yeah, that is mine.
love that. And you can see a couple of them are finished, but they're works in progress.
Oh, these are fantastic.
So over there on that table as well, Blake, you can see the Mesopotamian project. That's from an ancient civilization class, where we're starting with that first civilization, and we're going to go all the way through up to like the ancient Americas.
And what was this project again, Kimber?
That was for an All About Africa class, which was a geography, culture, and art class, and they made from Namibia. They made the tribal dolls.
The tribal dolls. Aren't those the dolls that you give someone if you want to marry them?
Exactly.
There you go.
And underneath that is a Coca-Cola bottle or a water bottle or
These right here. Blake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And
They're
these
so
are from
neat.
the masks class. We're making masks. We're making cat masks right now, and this is mine. It's a lion, but it's not done.
Oh, I love the gold.
Masks around the world, yeah.
Shows Africa. We have another person who shows Nicaragua. We have tribal cat masks and Japanese kintsugi masks. So again, masks from around the world.
Then one last thing I'm going to say about Kimber is Kimber often also, in addition to like great art and recycled art, she also does a lot each semester from different countries and cultures. And then she always comes up with creative classes too. This semester, she's doing an interesting one on Shakespeare. Another semester, she does how to survive a zombie apocalypse class. So every teacher gets a little creative freedom in being able to take kids on adventures in their learning that would be, you know, exciting and new. Thanks, Kimber.
That's so fun. I know from teaching, right? If you teach the same thing over and over and over, it gets a bit tedious. So to have that freedom, to have that flexibility, and also to have, you know, the agency for kids to choose, your students to choose some things that they're interested in. That's amazing.
Well, that's right. We get a lot of students who are often, something is not working in whatever type of education they're getting. Sometimes it's incredibly brilliant kids who had needs that were just going unmet. It could be need for movement, more need for connection, peer connection, social connection, connection with teacher. It could be need for creativity, that they just have no outlet to put some of their natural gifts in. So by just kind of changing a little bit the way that education is being given to them, we just see kids do extraordinary things. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun following all these kids on their journeys. We're going to head into another classroom right now. I think this is an essay writing class. We'll just take a quick quiet peek in. This is Julie, one of our teachers who does some incredible writing classes with the kids. She's also in another classroom, which belongs to another teacher who's really into mythology. You can see some of the ways that she has that represented in her room, and books. She loves books and sharing books with the kids. Thanks, guys.
Can we show the macro thing? Or?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, oh, what is it? Okay. This last year she had this class about like banned books, and so they made this project where you can like guess.
So,
cool.
Can you guess the banned book? And so it says Use of Magic. And then the book was The Midwife's Apprentice, or Rude Language to Censor. It was the Oxford Dictionary. Or Teaching Rebellion to School Authority. It was the book Ban This Book. So, they made little things to teach about some of the books that have been banned.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to keep going.
So this looks like it's a big space, huh?
It looks like it. It depends on what you think big is. It feels like a house in here. We're entering a part of the building that used to be an apartment, so we've kind of just transformed it into what we need it to be. We'll start this way. For any of my students who are musicians, they come on into Monique, and Monique has transformed this room into a space where kids can take singing, piano, drums, guitar. She teaches a rock band. And every year we do really big music festivals where we let our poets, we let our singers, we let our musicians, let's keep going, perform.
Oh, it looks like such a cozy, creative space. So many of these spaces, they're just full of personality. I love them.
Thank you so much. Then we're coming on over in here. We have another teacher that we've worked together for years and years and years. And she's an extraordinary human who loves science, marine biology, all kinds of art, loves diving into history with students, and does tons of it through projects and hands-on work. I don't know if you want to look at some of their cool clouds or come in here and you can see the bacteria she's got hanging from the ceiling. We'll just pan quickly past Linda, who loves to be on camera. Wink, wink. And go and take a look at some of her projects from is it Pleistocene? Yes. Pleistocene time period. Yeah, so she's teaching a lot of classes that have to do with science, the human body, some sex ed to kids. She'll teach about dendrology, mycology. Every semester, kind of deep dive into different opportunities with kids.
That's great. So I'd like to hear, how did the kids choose? Because you said every semester that the students are choosing.
That's right. So we have a meeting before each semester where we've published. So the teachers submit all their class ideas. And then we look at, we try to change things every 3 years so that things don't repeat. And that doesn't mean that it's going to repeat in 3 years, but we want to make sure it's continually fresh for students.
Yep.
And then we create a schedule that has all types of options, but enough options that meet all their core subject needs, and then all kinds of other creative classes. So if kids want to take a ton of science classes, they can. If they want to take a ton of art classes, they can. If they need to be moving and out in the world, we've got coaches coming in, we've got hikers clubs, we've got ways that they can get those needs met. So the class schedule gets published of about 240 classes. And then kids often, once they've been here and they understand how to create a schedule, go home and just start circling the ones that they're interested in. And then we have more of a formal meeting to construct their schedule and make sure it's balanced.
Okay. Oh, wow. I love it.
So if a student comes in and they're just like accelerated in math, but they're still just perfectly the age that they are, they can, take a class that's going to challenge them in math, and then also, take everything else with their peer group. So.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Thank you. Sorry if I was standing a little close to you. All right, we're almost through the tour and then we'll find a quiet place to talk. Hi. Now we're coming over to some of the small classes. As I said, some of the kids are at lunch right now, so this is probably the quietest place in the building. Hello. This is my friend Will, and he's in a classroom where we have a teacher who is wonderful and teaches all different subjects, but she also works with all different types of students with neurodiversity. And so she's an excellent resource for teachers here and working with kids who either need support or need the ceiling taken off. And she's not here today. She's sick, but I'll be right with you, Will. Okay. I'm right in the middle of something. What? No. Now we're popping in another classroom with Bonnie, one of my teachers who just left. This classroom often has different science classes in it, different writing classes. Everything in our space has to be shared and multiple subjects have to occur in because we don't have enough space. One of the things that we're working on is trying to move. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it, right? I mean, I think it's the beauty of microschools is that we just have to be flexible, and
Just make it work.
and
Yeah.
education can happen anywhere. So we can be flexible.
So true. And this building used to be Allen's Vacuum Repair Shop. And then it was a food bank. And this was definitely like the live-in apartment upstairs portion, but we've made every space make some sense. Let me think about what's going on in here right now. Oh, we'll just peek in here quickly. It's tutoring. Hi, we're just going to zoom the room really quickly because we're tutoring. Blake will be quick and hop out just so that these guys can. Okay, can you go ahead and thank you. I wish
you even have a green screen back there for filming too. Cool.
Yeah, this particular teacher is like Mary Poppins. She is an incredible writing teacher. She's a theater person. She's a photographer. She's a film person. And at one point in her life, she was a med tech. So she does classes that are called So You Want to Be an EMT, or this semester she's doing So You Want to Be a Doctor, dissecting. So
wow.
The younger kids, they're dissecting things that she's made out of Play-Doh. But she also is an artist. So it's a really great playground for teachers too, to be able to do what they love. Outside,
and learn from other teachers and have so many fun, creative ideas. What a great place.
I feel like this is how I get my creative needs met because I'm around people that have all these talents that I don't. So come on in. Now we'll go find a quiet place to sit together and then we can just wrap up and chat. If you want to ask Blake anything, he's a wealth of information. Will, would it be okay with you if we take this space just to finish our meeting? Looks like you might need some support. I'll find somebody who. I can't do it right now, sweet love. I think it's probably almost the end of lunch. Almost the end of lunch. Let's come in here for a second. Bonnie, do you mind if we sit in this room for a minute?
I do have kids coming in.
In a couple minutes.
Yes, but come on in.
All right, let's turn it around so we can talk to Whitney now, okay? Oh, thank you. Wait, let me turn the camera around. Okay, that's the space.
What a fantastic space. So I'm curious, you guys have quite a few different learners coming from different places. How big is your community in any given year, your learning community?
I would say we have about 150 kids this semester. But again, some of the kids are here 1 hour a week or just a couple days a week. And then there are other kids that are here full time. Everybody has a totally customized schedule. And you do, oh yeah.
And what's also cool about that size is that almost everybody after your first semester, you almost get to be you just are oh, hey, Will, hey, Jesse, you know everyone.
Yeah, it's a small, close community. One of my students wants to say hello. Can we do that before we go?
Please.
Sorry, I thought you were being...
Oh, we are.
Wait, what?
Hi, I'm Bonnie. I'm a
teacher. Our teachers.
I was the one who was I thought she was doing a video.
It is.
Happy to meet you.
Why do you look familiar?
It's a video.
Why does she look familiar?
Well, I'll fill you in later. Okay. I'm just gonna find a place to come sit with you. You can come sit with me too.
So
All
I
right.
guess
I
one
know
of the
that was a
things
funny tour.
no, it was great. So one of the things I'm curious about is, what do you hear? You guys have been around for 15 years now. So what do you hear
Yeah.
from the parent community? I mean, what do parents like about the school? What do students like? Blake can also answer that for me too, but I'm
Any
curious
thoughts?
to hear your thoughts.
I like the fact. I mean, my favorite part is the customizable schedules because I'm one of the kids that's here full time. But what's cool is that since I can customize my schedules, I usually I get to like have an hour break every day if I want. So like I can like have a class and then just get like a little break and then go back into learning again. That's probably my favorite part. Plus Trista, the film teacher. I'm a big filmmaker. So.
Yeah, so he gets to take classes that he likes, and often on those breaks, that's what he's doing. He's working on his films.
And the music festival is amazing because I also love to sing, so I get to perform there.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So
gosh,
just
that
like
sounds so fun. I want to come to your music festival. Let me know when it's
please
happening.
come. Yeah. So we rent out a big theater, and in our case, often it's been this magic lounge that has like a 300-person theater, and so all the kids just to get to go up on stage and just do what they, whatever they're practicing, whatever they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like for parents, everybody is here for different reasons. Some people are already in an alternative way of thinking and are looking for alternatives to traditional education. And then there are some people that stumble in here like, I've never thought of anything outside of traditional education, but what's happening is not working for my child. And they started to explore this. So it's just kind of grown and bloomed. And especially since COVID, I think a lot of people became more aware that this type of model exists or started looking for alternatives. So,
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've seen that everywhere around the world since COVID. It's just people have been really curious and interested in lots of different ways to learn and lots of ways that
mhm.
kids can teach. And it sounds like you guys are continuing to grow. You need a bigger space. You need that. That's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have. Yeah, we're looking all around, and we're actually a couple of years ago, Jess and I started to reach out into the world. For so long, we were just head down working on this project all the time. And so we've been going to conferences and meeting with people in different groups, like the microschool groups, and really getting inspired by what other leaders are doing in the world and trying to support each other and connect. And so we're also looking at how we can scale this project and bring it to more places for more students.
I mean, it sounds like such an amazing project. I wish my kids could also attend. So anyway, well, I thank you so much. This was such a pleasure to meet you, Blake, and also have some time with you, Vicky, too. So thanks so much.
That was my pleasure. Thank you so much for asking us.